Hey. See, you people, I'm still in the... Bruh, oh dear. Hey, the personal support system. Me, that I'm there, I'm practicing my wedding dance.
Yeah.
Because Chioma Chevido 2024, Mimido 2024 is coming.
Mimido.
More
Dominic. And now Dominion.
Dominion College.
Hey, whoa.
You're welcome back to the show right here on MX284. This is the AM Club. My name is Miriam Udo Akumensa. We're moving straight to Lifestyle Daily. And if you're just joining us for the very, very first time, welcome to the AM Club. Right. So today we're going straight to Lifestyle Daily. And today we're having a conversation on building the right mindset. I know you love the topic. We're building the right mindset. How to do it, why you need to build a right mindset, what is even a right mindset. And to have this conversation joining us for the conversation is going to be Delasi Dogbe, a consultant and life coach. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm loving the red.
Yeah, I'm in a love mood.
I can feel the energy.
I said yes, that's from yesterday. In fact, weekend. Now my packaging me ready. I'm ready now to Friday.
Wonderful. And that's a good thing because the pressures around us is too much. You have to meet with fire. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for coming. Now, in cultivating the right mindset, one would say, what do we do to cultivate the right mindset?
Wonderful. When this topic was sent to me, I was very excited, and I'm still excited because mindset is everything we do. Everything we do starts from the mind. Once you get it from the mind, you're fantastic. But what happens is that most of us underrate the fact that mindset is not shaped just in one day. You can't shape your mindset just in one day. It starts from childhood. Begins through the processes you've gone through in life. So your environment affects your mindset. Your kind of network affects your mindset. The kind of things you hear affect your mindset. So mindset is basically how you perceive things, how your mind understands things, and how you interact with the world within you and the world outside. So how you see things affect everything around you. So cultivating mindset means that you have to understand a lot of things about yourself, about the things that are happening around you.
What you just said that got my attention is your environment can even influence the kind of mindset that you carry as an individual.
Absolutely.
So if I grow up in, because yesterday I was listening to a podcast and interestingly this topic came up about mindset, and I think the life coach was talking about how if you grow up in a Muslim community, nobody will tell you that become a Muslim.
Absolutely.
Because your environment has already taught you that you're supposed to be a Muslim. It will take moving out of that space to want to even be interested in any other religion apart from what you have. So that is what you actually confirmed this morning.
Absolutely.
Now, in doing, when you have gone through life knowing one thing, unlearning the things that we learned as young people, to cultivate a more advanced or modernized mindset. The process in doing that. Can you take us through it? Because you said that the mindset is created from when you were born.
Absolutely.
Your mindset as an individual is built when you're born, from where you grew up, your environment and all of that influences it. But if I want to unlearn things, and we've had that a lot in recent times, like unlearn what you knew and let's modernize, let's grow. The process of growth and building a more advanced mindset. Take us through that process.
So the first thing that I tell people is that before you can change the mindset, you need to accept the type of mindset you have. There are two types of mindset. Fixed mindset, growth mindset. A fixed mindset says that the talent I have is enough for me. My comfort zone is enough for me. I can't change things around me. Challenges are bad. Fear is bad. Negativity is bad. That's a fixed mindset. A growth mindset says that I can change. My talent is not enough. I can become a better version of myself. So I always tell people that the first thing to change your mindset is to change what is in your mind, what you perceive. And that means that you have to start exposing yourself to new experiences. Sometimes you need to move from where you are to a place where you can learn. For example, our educational system is about true, poor, and pass.
Yeah.
So it's not about the process. It's about what you get. You remember in school, all those who got 100% stand up, 90%. But in other areas, you are taught to be able to go through the process. So the first thing is to understand that life is dynamic. So as a coach, when I meet people, the first thing I tell people is you need to understand life that is dynamic, it's changing, it's not static. So the first thing is understand that life is dynamic. The next thing is understand that you have to be able to adapt to changes. If you have a fixed mindset, once there's a change, you are in trouble, you are afraid. So I organize public speaking for corporate ladies. What happens is that is where I apply mindset. So day one, I put them in a box. I want to observe. Some will stay in that box till we finish the process. Others will try and move. Others will tell you it's difficult. But then it means that you have to accept that you need to be able to change. I'm afraid of public speaking. Why are you afraid of public speaking? Because it's based on past experience. It's because something has gone bad. But how do you work on it? You need to find a way to work on it. How do you work on it? You have to learn the principles. One of the things that help us change mindset is learning the principles of things. For example, I'm using public speaking because a lot of people are afraid of public speaking. You're afraid because you don't understand the structure. You are afraid of life because you don't understand that there are principles in life. You need to understand that if I work hard, I practice, I'll become better at it. But once in your mind you feel that this is what I am and this is what it is, it ends there. You will not be able to change your mindset. How do you see yourself? Even temperament. Back in the day, we thought once you are a choleric from childhood, that's what you are.
Yeah.
But you realize over a period of time, you change. I'm sure some point in your life, you are not this way.
No.
But life has changed you.
Yeah.
So the key thing when it comes to mindset is your thoughts. What are you thinking? Are you ready to accept that I have to change? I need to change. That is the key to changing your mindset.
I have something here, and it says you can come back from anything, no matter how bad you think the situation is. It's all about your mindset.
Absolutely.
How is that possible?
Absolutely. When you watch movies, how are the American soldiers trained? The first thing they work on is the mindset. They take you through all the various scenarios that can happen. So when you go to war, once your mindset is growth mindset, you are ready to adjust to anything. And the beauty of this world is that once there's life, we can always bounce back. And the greatest things that human beings have achieved, most of them have come through challenges. Somebody thought about flying. How did he think about flying? I want to go to another country, but I can't walk. I might get tired. So what do? Let me start an aeroplane. So that is the thing about mindset. Once your mindset understands that challenges will come, you are prepared for it. Difficulties will come, you are prepared for it. I always teach people that money means problems, solving problems. If you have a fixed mindset, you see problems as the end of the world. But when I see problems, I'm excited. I ask myself, how do I solve this? It's the mindset. And it takes a process to be able to have that kind of mindset. And the kind of things you listen to, the kind of things you watch. I always tell people that social media, what are you watching? What are you looking at? When you go on my feed, the only things you see is positivity. And that has affected my life positively. For example, last week, I had an issue where my roof caved in. And the question my son asked is that you were so calm. I said, we still have life and I have insurance. I put in a measure. So mindset means that you need to be proactive. You need to develop yourself.
That's a growth mindset.
That's a good mindset. Now I want to shift away from the fixed mindset. Compare countries. Countries with growth mindset. At every point, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. At every point, they are developing something. They are not used. They want something new. But in some other countries, the same traffic that we face on a daily basis, the last 20 years, we still experience that same traffic. The same floods, we're still experiencing it. That is mindset. It means that our mindset is survival mode, where in our mind is the now. Nothing matters. Another way we can analyze mindset are our parents. How did they think about their children, or how do we think about children? I want to take you to school. Once you go to school and you get a job, it ends there. What kind of mindset is that? I want to take you to school. I want to build 7 generations after me. That's the mindset. And if leaders have that kind of mindset, they're constantly doing things to change the things around us. So for me, mindset it affects everything, relationship. We're just talking about marriage before we go.
Yes.
You're getting into a relationship. You have to understand that there are different phases of relationship. Mindset. The honeymoon stage, the beginning is nice. Then the next stage, that you introduce each other, you are introduced to each other, the real you. So when you get into a relationship, you understand, your mindset is, I'm going to this, whatever happens, I'm going to give my best. Whatever happens, I know there are going to be challenges. You know your approach, the thing is different. When you travel to a country, you should know that it is not your country. Things should be a bit different. A fixed mindset will tell you that, this is not for me.
I can't survive. I'm going back.
A growth mindset will tell you that I need to find a way to assimilate, get into the system and become a better version. Sometimes you travel and say, this job is meant for people who are coming from Africa. But people with growth mindset, they go and they discover, I can do other things. I can do a course. I can do something related to certification to be able to become a better version of myself. So mindset affects everything.
Can I ask this?
Around us, yes.
We're talking about the fixed and we're talking about the growth. So I'm also getting a mindset right now
Right.
that there's nothing beneficial with fixed, is there?
Okay, that's a very good question. I tell people that in this world, you need to assess yourself and know who you are. There are some people who are good in their comfort, so they are okay. They want to wake up, eat, go to work, go to school, go back home, read their newspaper, watch TV, and it's fine.
And later die.
And die. After all, we all die. What's the benefit? And there are people who say, I want to impact the world. I want to do this. I want to do that. So my first thing as a coach, back in the day, motivational speakers or coaches will push you. They'll push you to the edge for you to fly. Some people don't want to fly. But my focus is always on people who want to change. So for fixed mindset, where I'm standing, it is not a positive thing. But I have that mindset that we all have different types of way we live our life. But the best type of mindset is growth, where you understand where you are. You understand who you are. I tell people that if you don't understand who you are, how can others understand you? There's a lot of confusion around that because we don't know who we are. We don't apply emotional intelligence. For example, I met you today. I've analyzed you. I know the kind of person you are. I've also met you a few times. I know the kind of person you are. It helps me long term. I also know who I am. That's when you need to undertake a self-awareness journey, where you get to know yourself. Who are you? If you don't know who you are, you can't work on your mindset. If you don't know what is happening around you, it will not work. Your mindset change will not work. Sometimes you need to analyze that I can't be here to grow as a person.
Not to cut you, but at what point do you get to know that? Does it come automatically, or at what point do you get to know that I need to move from this mindset to the other? If you're moving as in the growth one, what point? Does it come automatically, or there are certain factors that would just,
That's another good. It comes in different ways. It comes for an old person, a young person. It depends on what. Sometimes people are forced to shift their mindset based on the things that happen to them in life.
Okay.
Maybe you've gone through different challenges that it gets to a point where, Charlie, I need to do something about this. Sometimes you have this pattern, and you observe that this pattern is not helping me. You need to change the mindset. You realize that you are doing A, B, C, it's not working for you. So at that point, at the point of desperation, you start asking questions. So mindset change starts with asking questions. Sometimes it comes within. Sometimes it depends on your environment, where you need to level up. For example, you start a particular job, and the structures and the standards will force you to level up. That is when you need to switch your mindset. To either, okay, I can survive here, or this is not where I can survive. So there are different factors that will cause you to change your mindset.
Okay.
Again, to having coaches around you.
Yeah.
Having people of influence around you. People ask me, I've not always been like this. I've been blessed to have top people around me who encourage me, who tell me, you can do it. So from that point, I have to start changing my mindset. Because if I can do it, how can I do it? So then I ask how, why, when. So mindset is changed when you start asking yourself those questions.
Now-
For example, not to cut you, in a relationship, you've been ghosted a number of times. There are some people who blame the devil. Other people will blame their witches back home. But there are some people who sit and analyze that. Why am I here? What is causing it? 2 years ago, I was part of the 40 under 40 category for best author, and I lost. I was angry the first few days. I'm good. I had the highest vote. Then I reached out to the organizer and said, why? What happened? And they told me, oh, A, B, C, D. And I got in touch with the winner. And we started connecting, understanding, oh, this is what you can do too. He also had a growth mindset, so he was willing to have an interaction with me. And we started doing things together. The next year, I won. God had worked on it. That is growth mindset. How do you see things? How do you see failure? How do you see fear? I tell people fear is not a bad thing. It's an amber light. Amber means that, hey, get ready.
Yeah.
If you work on it, green. If you don't, red. Anxiety is not a bad thing. But unfortunately, we've been trained to think that some of these things are bad things. But change your mindset to help you know that these things are not bad. When you meet a typical Chinese, see their mind, it's a mindset thing. They started very early. You are taught that it's hot. If it's hot, what do you do? If it's difficult, what do you do?
Interesting. I hope you're learning, because I am, and that is why today I'm very quiet. Because the interesting thing is that you keep touching on things that are very relatable. Now, I'm glad that you went to the coaching aspect, because I was going to go there. So, do you have examples of individuals that you have coached or coaching, mindset coaching has helped them, meet up some significant changes in their life, made some significant changes in their lives through mindset coaching? Because again, let me be quite honest with you, it was based on this topic that I found out that there's actually coaching for mindset.
Absolutely.
There's actually that is a facility that's available. I didn't know this. So how effective is this mindset coaching? And if you have any examples, clients you've worked with.
Absolutely. So normally the clients I deal with, they don't like me to mention their names. Yes.
Of course.
But we've done this over and over the past 5 years. And it's a game changer. For you to have somebody who will show you the way. And I always say, follow person, way no road.
Of course.
Normally clients will call me and say, Delasi, even CEOs, Delasi, I struggle with public speaking. I struggle with confidence. That's the typical call I get. Delasi, I'm struggling in my relationship. Delasi, I'm struggling in life. And I smile. It means that it's a problem and I'm going to make money. But at the end of the day, I'm going to impact their lives.
Yeah. So
I have a client who says, I'm terrible at public speaking. I say, okay, come in, let's have a talk. So the first thing I do is, she's a top, one of the top senior managers at one of the top companies. And I see her and I wonder, what is she doing here? You've gone through the process, you are in this organization. How come you can't do public speaking? Why do you lack confidence? So the first thing I do is assessment. We have an interaction. What triggered this? So her thing is that growing up, she grew up in a village school in Brongahafo, BA, where they were taught in Tree. But she was intelligent, so she found ways to pass her exams. She always finds ways to pass her exams. And the irony is that she's been in the UK. She's going to do her master's in the UK. So how did you pass? So I wrote it. So now we start the process of working them in her mind. She's not had people to tell her that for you to get where you are, it means that you've put in a lot of effort. So the first thing I do is work on your mind. Positive thought. We analyze all the good things you have done as against the bad things. Then from there, we start practicing. Mindset is about knowing that I have a challenge in this area, but when I practice, I'll get better. When I do it over and over, I'll get better. When I understand the structure, it will become better. So after a period of 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I asked feedback from her bosses, and it was amazing. This person who would run away from presentations, who ran away from meetings, started speaking, started feeling comfortable. And that is what coaching can do for you. And nobody, I'm sitting here, I always get people who are better than me to coach me.
Yeah. So nobody is above coaching.
Absolutely. Nobody's above coaching. Coaching changes the dynamic. It moves you to the next level. You want to become a president, you need to have a mentor who's gone through that process. You want to become a top journalist, you need to have a mentor that's gone through the process, who will show you that this is how to do it, this is how not to do it. And how do you relate to what you are being taught? Positivity. So that, I always say football. Look at the football game, Madrid. It's a mindset thing. The coach is calm and tells them that, don't worry, it's 90 minutes plus 5 minutes extra. Between that, anything can happen. And it happened once, twice. Now it's a mindset thing. And for opponents, when they are playing Madrid, you know that anything can happen. So it affects you negatively. And that's what mindset does. That's what coaching does. Coaching is simple. I can just put my hand around you and tell you, you got this. I can just clap for you. I can just come and watch you and clap for you. It improves your mindset. So I always tell people that be around people who encourage you.
Celebrate you.
Be around people who support you. Be around people who can help you level up. And for us as coaches, that's what makes us happy. Somebody doubted that she could write a book, but I was excited that I helped her go. I'm a ghostwriter as well.
Oh.
We went through the process, and I was excited that she was able to launch a book. She said a village girl like her has launched a book. That's what mindset change can do. That's what coaching can do for people.
So for you, there's nothing like, oh, this is how I am, and I'll be like that. So that's like, that's the fixed mindset.
Yes.
Me say namite, me free, bring a half an ame buy, me say a namite. That's fixed mindset.
That's fixed. We all have the capacity to do more, just by it starts in the mind. And let me tell you, let me shock you. If you look back at some of the things you have focused on in life mentally and held it constant, it has come to pass.
Yes.
That's the power of your mind.
Yes.
Because what you really want, you go at it over and over again. It's like, let me, simple, playing a game. You start, you lose.
And
You
you
go
crash.
again. Exactly. You go again. You go after some time, subconscious mind picks it up. And it's easy for you. Just like driving. Then when you started learning drive, you see how you were struggling. Now you can drive, and that's how
one hand.
mindset is. That's how life is.
Okay.
So if you have that type of mindset, it's a beautiful feeling where you know that at every point,
Success is assured.
absolutely.
I don't
But
think...
not even
Oh,
success
sorry.
is assured. But even if you fail, you can try again. Your mindset will help you against what the court of public opinion is thinking. Because in your mind, have you met that kind of person that in their mind, whatever I say, it's their back case. It's because of mindset. They've worked on themselves.
I know someone like that.
Yes. Working on yourself.
How about those who, I mean, you know that, oh, this person, they've worked on themselves, they're very in tune with themselves, but run away from negativity. Is that also a level of growth mindset? Like when you can't bring negativity here, you can't bring this here because we don't entertain this here. This area is restricted from all of these things. Is that a form of growth mindset?
That's a very tricky question. Normally, a growth mindset will say, I can handle
Let's
this.
forge on.
A growth mindset applies emotional intelligence. The people around you, there are people who bring negativity, there are people who bring positivity. But how do you handle it? That's a growth mindset. Sometimes, for example, I get in, I say hi to somebody, and they don't mind me. In my head, maybe they had a bad morning. That's mindset. Maybe they had a bad morning. Maybe they are not okay. Or they are just not, they are not cultured in my head, It's not their fault. That's the mindset. So mindset means that it's not about you. It's them. It's on them. But at the end of the day, you should be able to solve problems. Don't run away from negativity. You should be able to understand that there's positivity, there's negativity. You should understand that even for you, sometimes you can't always have the positive energy.
Yeah.
The people around you should also understand that you can't always be perfect. There are times when you are alive. Even the greatest of people have their bad days. If you're a football fan, the best player in the world, I've seen Maradona
They've had
a very terrible day.
Yeah, they've
But he
had their bad
understands, has a mindset that tomorrow is going to be
Tomorrow's
better.
going to be better.
I'm going to work hard. I'm going to train hard and be better.
Good.
That's what mindset does.
not everyone will get access to Mr. Dobe as a coach. I mean,
We are
we are very privileged.
We are expensive. We don't do
You
that.
not everybody has
Sure.
a coach. You would get into a room and you keep on hammering on this. Oh, get a mentor. I mean, get a role model. Look at this person. Look at that. Look at that. At the end of the day, what are some of the, personal exercises people could just, adapt to help their mindset, like personally? Because yes, we are all human beings.
Absolutely.
You come in, this is who I am. Or that will sink in already.
Absolutely.
But to evolve around it, because it's dynamic, you'd have to change at one point in time. Society would even make you change. Where you find yourself will make you change. But what are some of the personal exercises that one could just adapt, follow suit, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your mindset would be better?
That's another good question. So the first thing is your self-talk. What are you telling yourself?
Okay.
What are you telling yourself? Telling yourself you're great. Yes, you can. It is possible. Positive affirmation. Understanding that life comes with challenges. The bigger the challenge, the better the reward. Understanding that at every point, sometimes we coaches or mentors give pressure, or motivational speakers, we give pressure. But I believe that the little things, the small things we do daily, just take it. Today I've been able to, I'm alive. Gratitude, number one. Number two, what are you looking at? What are you doing on social media? Technology. You can be in your home and connect to other people. I want to be like this. Meditation. Connect with yourself. Learn a little about yourself. Sometimes go online, take an assessment test. I'm a choleric, dominant temperament. This is my personality. Sometimes the AIs you have, the Googles you have, sometimes just Google. And after some time, it becomes part of you. The simple things. Sometimes you don't need coaching. Sometimes you can be your own coach. What are you listening to before you sleep? When you wake up, what's the first thing you do? All those things are small things that can help you shape your mindset.
So is prayer one?
Absolutely. Prayer is very powerful. Sometimes we've painted prayer in a religious way. Prayer is the way you talk to God. Prayer is gratitude. Sometimes I wake up and I just thank God. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the challenges. Thank you for what is about to happen. Give me the strength to overcome the challenges. And that's fine.
How about meditation?
Absolutely. Very, very powerful. Connecting with yourself. Be mindfulness. Knowing what is within you. Knowing what you can handle. Knowing when to activate or deactivate. Understanding that you are not perfect. They are all mindset things. Sometimes we go into life thinking that you have... sometimes media makes us feel... All forms of media makes us feel like we're not good enough. But when you get to know yourself, you get to know the processes, you discover that all the people we admire, it took some time. I remember when I posted the flyer, you were on the flyer, somebody said, he has come a long way. And yes, somebody from, I think Takrady said, oh, he's come a long way. We are proud of him. But they'll see you now and think that you just appeared.
Receive it now.
Amen.
Yes. They'll think you just appeared here and
Yes.
you're on this show.
Yeah.
No, it's a process.
Yeah.
So we also have to learn that we need to understand our own processes, our own strength. There are some things you can do, some things you can do. There are some things you can get better at. It's all about understanding who you are. And when you understand who you are, you're able to attract the right person for you. Not the right person that society says is for you. The right person. Sometimes because we don't know each other, or we don't know ourselves. Or we don't have that mindset, we keep attracting the wrong people. When you have that mindset of you have worked on yourself, you understand who you are. When you see the person who is good for you, it connects. And once you discover who you are, you attract what you need. And that's the
Once
power
you
of
discover
mindset.
who you are,
you attract
what you need.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Bad.
powerful.
The universe
Keep
is a
it.
connection.
Yeah.
And I'm keen. I'm constantly telling people about mindset.
You can't be living another life
No.
and be expecting
No.
to live the
No.
original
you can't, you're praying and you don't believe, you're asking God for. I watched this video and the guy was asking God for something and the thing dropped and he was looking at it. He didn't believe, he was just praying. You pray and you don't believe.
How would it work?
How would it work?
Even when the answer is yeah, you don't see it.
You don't see
and,
it.
And if we know how, and we're not trying to make this whole conversation a religious one, but if you know God for who he is, and you've worked with him for a very long time, you know that he's not coming to give you exactly, like you want bread, and they carry bread and give it to your hands.
Absolutely. You
It
need
usually,
to work.
It usually doesn't work. Like he will give you maybe flour and eggs.
Exactly. And
for you to go and work for the rest.
Absolutely. And there are times when you've worked for it over a period of time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just manna falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will not understand.
Yeah.
It's the work that you put in.
Yeah.
And now mindset is not about hard work. It's about hard work and smart work.
Smart work.
I don't need to go through all the hassle. There are ways I can make it easier. And I can't, this is a very powerful topic. As a nation, if you can work on our mindset, we always talk about it.
How is it that today, anything I'm thinking about, you already start answering it?
It means that we're
it's
That's
fine.
yes.
Because I was going to say that
going to
we
there.
jump into the conversation of you have done the work. You put in the energy to, like for instance, you're talking about my colleague. He's put in all of the stuff he has to put in. And in recent times, he and I have gone under fire for a few things. And we have had personal conversations, and I'm like, and he will constantly tell me, like, Mimi, just do what you're doing because me, I see you, so make you no worry. And sometimes it's you have done the work, but your surrounding is still static.
Absolutely.
They're not moving. They have an idea of a mental picture of what they want you to look like, or what they want you to be, which sometimes is backwards. It's not who you were,
Sure.
not what you are wanting to become.
Sure.
How do you navigate through this situation?
You need to understand that at a point in time, you will outgrow an environment. You as a person should know yourself and know that at that point, you need to move. You need to seek a bigger opportunity. And I tell people, if your environment is not helping you, move. I went to train an organization. I noticed two ladies. They've been in the company for like over 10 years. Same position, same decks and everything. But I found that they were so intelligent. They understood the job. And I told them it's time. I just said it's time for them to move. They've never worked on their CV. They've never even thought about just working on their CV.
Updating
I said, go and update your CV. Go and work on your CV. In your mind, put yourself on a particular level. I left. So a few years, I had a call that, Chief, thank you very much. I moved and I had a better offer. And that's life. When you're in an environment where you feel that, you will know, you feel it. Sometimes you go into an environment and you feel that it's not working for you. We are used to saying, shut up and suffer. No. When you know yourself, you know what is good for you. You also need to know the process that life is about time and season. Life is about, if you have a mindset, you understand, a positive mindset, a growth mindset, you understand that there are some people coming into your life not to be there forever. They'll be there for a season to help you to learn, unlearn, or to push you to become a better version of yourself, and they'll move on. So such people, you don't keep them for long. And there are some people you keep forever. That's what mindset, knowing, having a positive mindset, having a growth mindset, that's what it does for you. So you notice that people who have growth mindset, they're always evolving, something new, even at their work. We are doing journalism, but there's a way when you have a growth mindset, the way you approach your journalism is impact. It's not just, oh, come and put the thing and talk about it and go. You want to impact. You want to help society. So that's mindset. So I always tell people that when it is ready, when it's time for you to move, you feel it, you know it. The system will work against you. You feel it.
So it's not all the time that when the system is working against you, it's bad.
It's not all the time. There are times when you need to level up. There are times when you are not up to standard. You know, when the system is beyond you, you feel it that
it's against you.
So what do? Do you jump or you level up? How do you level up? You need to study. You need to become a better version. You need to talk to the right people. And then you stay. Other times too, when you feel that, it's about what you feel within. It's about understanding things and being practical.
I know we touched on this briefly from the beginning of the conversation, but let's touch on it again before we wrap up the conversation. Getting in tune with yourself, one would say, oh, meditation does it. One would say that listen less to your surrounding. My brother and I have this thing we say. If he wants to complain about something, then I ask him, this sounds like noise to me. Does it sound like noise to you? If it's noise to you, then shut out the noise. The conversation he and I had, my big brother and I do have it a lot. So I tell him, like, this parent, he's like, does this sound like noise to you? Because if it sounds like noise to you, then shut it out. But what is the best approach to your the noises, the voices that seem to be ones that are working against you?
The first thing is to undertake a self-awareness journey.
Yeah.
To get to know yourself.
To getting in tune with yourself.
Absolutely. You know your strengths, your weakness, the opportunities around you, the threats around you. It means you do an audit. So once that's done, automatically you know what is important to you, what is not important to you. You get to a point where you know what your needs are and understand that other people's needs are different from your needs. So once you understand that process, it's easy for you to know. So easy for you to know what to do, what not to do. There are certain places I don't go anymore, but it doesn't serve my need now. There are certain things I don't do anymore. There are certain people I don't communicate with regularly because they are negative.
And those can be traits of you getting more in tune
with yourself. There are people I attract. There are people who I connect with because I'm in tune with where I am, my journey. It sounds simple, but it's taken a long time for me to get here. I've had to work on myself over and over again. I've had to learn that I'm not perfect. It got to a point, sometimes I feel perfect. Oh, coach, oh, mentor. And I realized that some of the greatest people in life, the people who help us, they fight the biggest battles. So as a human being, who helps other people, I've come to understand that my battles are even heavier than what others are fighting. But that is how life is. So it's getting in tune with you helps you know. Sometimes when you're in tune with yourself, when you see a challenge, you know and you smile. Yes. Because you know that it's a passing storm. When you meet somebody who's not good for you, you know. When you're in tune with yourself, the kind of questions you ask people, it might irritate them.
It can appear.
Yes. But you know what you're about. You meet a young man, you meet a young lady, and the kind of questions you ask, does it fit into your life at that point? It doesn't. The kind of places you go, does it connect with you? No. Because of what I do, when I go out for network, it's just not about dancing and I need to say hi to somebody. I need to scan the environment and see who I can work with.
Energy.
Absolutely. And again, it's very important. When you're in tune with yourself, energies, vibrations are very important. So when you are in tune with yourself, when you connect with somebody, you know that this energy is not for you. And it's fine to step back.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So people will term this as arrogant when you're showing up for yourself.
No.
You're showing up and showing up for yourself.
Sure.
You're showing up and saying that I don't accept this.
Absolutely.
Building boundaries.
Absolutely.
One will also say that why does mindset building and self-awareness also allow for you to tolerate other people? Tolerate other energies. Like, I know you're not good for me, but just stay around.
Sure.
You know, just because. I know you don't have the right energy, but just stay around. It's fine. Is that allowed?
It's allowed because if you're in tune with yourself, you're able to raise the energy or reduce the energy to fit other people around you. When I'm having conversations, I know what kind of conversation to have with somebody, Mr. A, Kofi. What kind of conversation I have with Akwesi. It's based on the energy, the level of understanding. I understand that people are different. So based on the fact that I'm in tune with myself, I apply emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Now this person will not understand what I'm saying.
I don't like what's happening on this show.
Absolutely.
I don't like it.
Sometimes
I don't like it at all. Because I was going to, when you're done with, I was going to ask you about emotional intelligence, how it all comes to play in mindset building, and then now you mentioned it.
Sure.
So I don't like it. Producers, I don't like it.
Yeah. So sometimes once you're in tune with yourself, you have that mindset, you know that people are different. And you know how to relate with. The best leaders are the leaders who understand that my team, I have Kofi. Kofi is good at sales. I have so and so. Amma is good at backdoor. So let me give you a quick example. How many years ago? 10 years ago, I was a sales manager and I had a team. I noticed that one member was good at retail. He likes one-on-one. So I had to know that guy likes one-on-one interaction. Then the other person, she likes to flex. She likes the coffee, the tea. So when I'm going for the coffee and tea, I take it, and she does very well. Kofi said, Chief, this coffee and tea is not good for me. I want to go on the field. So I know how I relate to them. But in the process, I start telling Kofi, Kofi, if you can learn how to drink the coffee, you'll be fine. Oh. You know? Or if you can learn how to deal with people one-on-one.
That will help.
That will help. So that's mindset of a leader.
I want us to touch on this. I think throughout this whole mindset and you evolving too as well, you realize that one thing that will hit you strong is rejection. At a point where you feel like, oh, I belong here and you're being rejected, or you feel like I want to talk about this and you're being rejected, or you feel like, well, there are too many things that I am into right now, and which one would be my top priority? Because if you don't take care, you might be busy around and then you just be running around a circle and then you get back to one point. And even whilst you're running through a circle, you realize that you're being bounced here, you're being bounced here, being bounced here. How do you also set up your mind for something like that? Because irrespective, you will definitely find it one way or the other.
Absolutely. So let's talk about rejection. You get to a point in life where you've developed a mindset, a growth mindset. You have to understand that rejection is normal. Sometimes no is an answer. Sometimes no is no. Sometimes no means, can you try better? Can you do better and go? Or can I just let it go? At the point you find yourself, you need to have an assessment that, do I want to go at it again? So when you have that mindset, rejection is not a bad thing. It's like you submitted a bid to a company and the answer is no, you've been rejected. You need to analyze why did I get that no? So that no, can I work on it? Can I improve on my bid? Can I make it better? Or no means there's somebody else there. But if there's somebody else there, how can I navigate that bit? So that's what the mindset does for you, the positive mindset does for you. It also makes you understand that, this one is not my calling.
Yeah.
You've tried over and over, it's not your calling. Sometimes you need to try something else. Sometimes we are knocking on a particular door over and over again. Maybe that's not our door. Maybe we need to try the next door.
But another person will say that is resilience. That's being forceful. I mean, somebody will say, I'm not backing down. Whatever it takes, I'm still going to knock on that door, still going to knock on that door. At what point do you stop?
At what point do you stop? It depends on you and what you want.
What you want.
Back in the day, motivational speakers, don't give up. But these days, we tell you that at some point, let it go and try something different. And again, about doing a lot of things, you need to assess yourself and know where you find yourself. Assessment is key. Because the probability of doing well with a lot of things as compared to one thing, it's, there are a lot of people. Have you noticed the people who are very gifted? They can do everything. At the end of the day, what's there? How does it end? They might do well, but not reach their full potential. There's even this new school of thought that's saying that sometimes the multiple streams of income is good. But sometimes focus on that one key that you can do well over and over again. And that's the thing with mindset, growth mindset. At every point, there's something new that's been thrown into the equation. But it depends on you. How can you fit in that equation? Mindset change or growth mindset means that you can listen to certain things and make sense of it. When you go to the church and there's a particular sermon, there are some of the sermons, it's not for everybody. You have to know which sermon is good for you. Yeah, exactly. Based on your need. So at every point, you need to have a list of the needs you are looking at. You also need a goal. What is your goal? Short term, medium term, long term goal. But as human beings, we don't do that. We just wake up, bath, dress, and go. No matter what you do, you need a goal. You need to set a goal. Without a goal, you'll be running in circles. So you want to marry at so and so age. Sometimes it will not happen. Sometimes it will happen. But have a plan.
At least.
By so and so I want to be at BBC. Have a plan. Without plan, you'll be moving in circles. Without a plan, you're just moving left and right. When they call you, then you run. When they say, oh, Kofi, come, then you go. No. You need a plan. And make sure your plans are not, again, to motivational speakers who tell you, your plan must be scary. It must scare
Your plans
you.
must scare you.
It must scare you. But again, to apply emotional intelligence and know
Yeah.
that, Charlie, have
Realistic.
that kind of,
Yeah.
yes, be realistic in your thinking. Okay, be realistic, but it is okay to think big. It's okay to think huge. But put in measure, that will make sure you can reach there.
Oh, Delasi, this has been a very inspiring conversation. Personally, I think that you touched on everything that I chanced on, that I felt like, no, I need clarity on some of these things. Personally, I have learned. Today's session is for me and you. So I'm glad that you came. Please, can you share with us your final words on this?
The other time he was here, she was chilling in Kenya.
Yeah. How was Nairobi? Was it Nairobi?
She's
Yes,
chilling
I was
in
in
Kenya.
Nairobi.
Did you enjoy the crocodile meat? Or you didn't pass there? Carnival, you touched.
I ate. My father heard yesterday that I ate crocodile meat. He's been chasing after my life.
It's an experience.
There's what? There's crocodile meat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, different type of meat. Yeah.
It tastes like fish and meat at the same
Absolutely.
time. Woo,
And the frog and all, yeah. You should try it.
You didn't give me opportunity. You have to give me a show. One
Where
day
you-
on Lifestyle Day where I tell you
You
about
tell
my
us something.
entire trip.
It's
Carnival
an
was
experience,
amazing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
Absolutely.
amazing. So yeah, whilst you guys were talking, I was somewhere
Somewhere
chilling. But I'm
wonderful.
glad that you were able to. Personally, I feel very empowered to at least touch on a few things in my life to make me better. Your final words on change all mindsets.
Wonderful. I tell people that the beauty of life is that you can become who you want to become. It just takes an effort. All the struggles and troubles you've gone through, you can always change it. Use as a springboard, a lesson, and become a better person. The beautiful thing about this world is that God has given us the ability to do whatever we want to do. It's your mindset. What are you telling yourself? When you look in the mirror, what are you telling yourself? Is it possible? Yes. Can you? Yes. Tell yourself you are the best version of yourself. Even if it doesn't happen now, it will happen. And whatever you hold in constant, it shall come to pass. Is it fear you hold in constant? It shall come to pass. Is it wind you hold in constant? It shall come to pass. So be nice to yourself. Be nice when you talk in your mind. When negative thoughts come, encourage yourself. You'll be fine.
Encourage yourself. And my take home today will be nice to yourself. When you're left alone to talk to yourself, be nice with your words. Be kinder with your words to yourself. Thank you so much,
My pleasure.
Delasi Dogwe, for coming through this morning with this
That's you are okay.
and
fine.
you actually said this to me. Was it yesterday?
Yes, yesterday.
To challenge me. You did do all, no stress.
You are doing well.
Thank you for always, no, this is my support system, especially
You're
on
doing
this
well.
show.
You're doing
This guy, he's got my back, and I hope I have got your back like that.
Yeah,
I did try.
It's just that you for add plenty.
Watch it.
The momo is good. Motivation.
Oh, it's good. I know, sometimes, guys, we need to be very, very, let's just put it there. Sometimes when you hit the person, you keep on hitting the person out. Oh, you are good, you are that, you are that, you are that, you are that. And then one day the person feels like this day, you know what, just send it. Even if it's 50 cedis, just send it.
Yes.
Yes, it will change the whole.
Hey, it would
Absolutely.
ginger the person.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Delasi Dogwe, for joining us for this conversation right here on Lifestyle Daily. We move straight to the plug. High school plug is coming through.
High school click.
Click.
For that matter. Yes, high school.
We're plugging
We're
into
plugging
high
into
school
high school
click.
click.